as a commercial director, you're also known and hired for this particular set of skills that you have related to comedy. Why comedy? And then after I will ask also, how do you create a good comedy sequence?
You know, the only reason why I focused on it was because it's because we learned by doing. And at the start, we had to do everything. Especially when we started hiring, we had to, we were shooting everything, man. And then on some projects, I'd be like, this is fun, yeah, but whatever, it's a hair thing. On some projects, we're like, oh, this is amazing.
So this is by doing everything and not being picky that you actually learned what you love.
Exactly. And more, it was like, wow, I shot that thing and that went pretty well. Versus say back then I did 3 hair commercials. They're nice naman. But they weren't the best hair commercials, diba? Versus the comedy work, that's oh wow, that's funny. And I think at that point, WID had grown enough for me to actually say, hey man, can I focus on this? But really I'd say the identity of my reel only started getting really refined around 2017. And in 2019, 80% of the work was comedy.
Well, it's kind of also of your branding. If everybody sees you doing this type of stuff, then we're gonna hire you to do this type of stuff because you've proven that you've been able to achieve it. And if you want to do something else, prove it to me that you're able to do it first.
Exactly. Yeah. And it helps to sort of, more than just proving consistently that you can do it, it's proving consistently that you can do it within a certain voice. Because comedy also, in the realm of comedy, it's some are more subdued, some are more slapstick. There's smart comedy, right? For me, it's always just loud. It's a lot of loud things. It's a lot of colors. My work isn't this desaturated or gloomy or whatever. It's usually popping with color. So it's a conscious effort to add certain things in the treatment or in the board. So when you sort of look at it all together, it's a body of work. Because it's your go-to mentality already. And it can be good and bad, diba? Na parang you keep on repeating yourself. But my goal was to have a body of work. So I needed to repeat myself. I needed to sort of add this kind of treatment here and there for this and that commercial.
And make sure that, okay, this worked not by chance earlier, but really because there is something here that would work all the time.
I can
rely on if ever I need to.
Exactly.
So in terms of approach, the creative approach of comedy, do you have now some kind of a system? What would be a simple advice for someone who wants to start doing a little bit of comedy?
Rule number 1 is to cast the right person.
Okay.
That's it. And rule number 2 is that if it's funny on set, it's not always going to be funny in the edit. There are so many instances already. Everyone on set's this is hilarious, man. Cut, that's great, Mark take. You get to the edit, you're like, oh my God, ang pangit.
That doesn't come out right.
Yeah, baduy.
Yeah.
But to remedy that, it's really, since comedy is about timing, also being conscious of the time. Because oftentimes it's funny on set because sometimes the pause is long or the punchline is withheld and then it's brought out in a way that's really hilarious. But in the edit, you won't have that time. So those are the 2 things for me, casting and timing. I like to cast, with my casting kasi it's hard with advertising kasi you have to cast people who aren't usually good actors. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times
they're more like models than actors, for instance.
More like pretty faces.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes there are really talented ones for commercials na makikita mo umuulit in a lot of commercials. But the remedy I found is that you cast according to stereotype.
That helps you already.
Oh yeah.
To go halfway in terms of people already have this understanding that okay, he looks like that or she looks like that, so she's in this box already. So it's easier to understand what she's gonna do.
It's the total opposite of film. Because with film, parang actors are supposed to really come into their own depending on the role. And if you see a film na parang all the actors are stereotypically cast for that role, it tends to be flat.
Yes, okay, yeah, because you know what to expect already.
Exactly.
So there is no element of surprise or something like that.
It's the opposite of film, because for advertising,
you need to understand very quickly what this is all about, so you need to be in the cliché sometimes.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see the full episode, you can check our YouTube channel or website at maldavarfilms.com. See you there.